I have been using Jigsaw very exhaustively and I find it as a very useful tool. I do not ever face problems with the number of credits that I have and at the time running out of. I always am able to get enough contacts from there. We need to be little proactive and updating information to Jigsaw so that we keep getting the credits and we so that we can get more and more contacts. Uh, One very important tip here is if you are going to find a contact and you already know the email ID of the contact, then you can always say uh, update all other information and give that email ID, and all the other information from your phone number and the addresses will be open to you. So, key here is try to get the email ID of the person. You may have some of the other email ID for other people in the other contacts in the same account available. Most likely, the structure or the pattern will remain the same for the person. So most likely, it can be something like first name dot last name at xyz.com, or the first character of the first name and last name at xyz.com, or whatever is the keyword. There are generally 4 or 5 different combination at best, which should work with any number of companies. So you can always try as many times and do that. Search when you're searching with the account for contact in a Jigsaw, use the name of the person and first name, last name, and the company to search for them, and then you can always update with more. Click on the update for more information, and then use the email to get that contact for free. It will not cost you anything. Um, this this I see that it happens in the 90-95% of the cases, so I don't spend any credits to get any of the contacts. At the same time, you need to be proactive about adding information proactively so that you keep getting more and more credits, which you can use in the remaining 10% of the cases where you cannot find a email ID and you have to pay your credit using the credit cards, so using your credits. Uh, what I generally do is when I'm creating the contact list, I search with the many of those names with the as I mentioned in the earlier in the session, I with the first name and the last name and the company for all the contacts which are relevant with SAP in the or relevant in the IT space in the company which I found in Jigsaw. Then I go and look in LinkedIn if they are still work. If they do not work in the company anymore and their LinkedIn profile shows that they have earlier worked in the company, then I go and mark that account, that the contact saying that they do not work for this company anymore. That gives me 5 points, and with 5 points, 5 credits, I can get another contact. So this is a good way of getting credits. When I look at the uh, LinkedIn profiles, I also see that many of the people have new titles, new designations. I go and update that in the tool. It doesn't take me extra time because I'm there on those two screens anyway. So it takes me another few seconds hardly and that gives me another 5 points. Another useful way of gaining credit is using the changing the company information. If you have found the company information online, if you have found about the company being say 750 million turnover and the Zixo says it's between 100 and 200 million, go ahead and change that. It will give you another 5 points. And there could be few other smaller ways in which you can gain some credits. Anything which is not taking you too much of time, too much of energy to research and find out, and which you're doing, which is on the way, go ahead and update that in Zoho. It will gain point for you and it will be helpful for some of the salesperson like you in future. So it's a good deal for all of us, and it will help you keep getting more and more contacts in future for free.